Hello, welcome to the Dark Match. I'm DigiFox. I'm the fox that rocks your socks. And this is WWE for the week of May 26, 2012. We'll be reviewing Raw and SmackDown.
And I am Tifus, back fresh from the grocery store, making sandwiches for 8 hours, motherfuckers!
I'm the match striker of DarkMatch, Mega Fighter Free, and good God, is it hot in Massachusetts right now?
And I am your foxy friend Backlash, and I respectfully disagree with that.
It is
Just
80
because-
fucking degrees in this house.
Just to disagree with Mega Fighter. Anyways,
Just because you're sweating balls does not make it hot. In fact, that's not at all what I would call hot.
No.
Okay, enough about my sweaty balls.
yes. Let's move on to something else. What's Iron Cheek tweeting?
Speaking of sweaty balls.
Hug and crouton dick.
Yep, just like I thought.
You can make a
stop
salad.
talking about balls to talk about dick.
Crouton dick. Well, at least he can still get it stiff.
So Raw takes place in the Richmond Coliseum in Richmond, Virginia. And we open up
Fox is
John
having
Cena.
none of my shenanigans tonight.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I try to ignore you as much as possible.
I love you.
We start off recapping what happened at Over the Limit. And this goes on for a bit too long, I thought.
Yeah, it kind of dragged. The pay-per-view was good. This was just like, did we really need all of this? Did we have, we could use that Dave Chappelle wrap it up light, Anyway, Cena comes out and takes a mic and he says he's had a lot of matches where he comes out on Monday, congratulates his opponent, and wants to move on. But he starts yelling and asks what the hell happened. Laurinaitis beat him. Cena rips Laurinaitis and says he gets all of his, he gets a taste of his own medicine. He got a taste of his own medicine last night. They're having fun until Big Show showed up and Cena says show sold out and there's no possible explanation for what he did last night.
Yeah, this is the point of the show where Cena starts pointing out plot holes, kind of doing our job for us.
Yeah.
Because he brings up that if they fired Laurinaitis, whoever they brought back next, even if it was the computer, I'm so glad they remember the computer,
Yes.
that person would have immediately hired Big Show.
Didn't I make this exact point when we were watching Over the Limit?
You did! Holy shit!
Yeah, no. That's the exact thing, because it's like, they obviously planned this for a few days at least to have Big Show do this. At least back before they fired him. And obviously, since Cena said it right there very bluntly for all to hear, someone thought about the problem with this. And someone spoke up about it. And yet somehow, they still let this happen.
They decided to go through with a plot hole anyway.
You know what? And somehow, instead of, Big Show just doing it to be a dick, or drinking the Kool-Aid and believing in people power, they actually come up with some shitty fucking reason for him to do this. That's actually like, woe is me, I'm the victim here kind of reason.
Apparently Big Show never checks his Twitter account.
And it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't at all. I mean, holy crap, I think I had more fun watching TNA this week than this. Just because of how pants on head stupid.
And that's saying something, people.
Yeah. Pants on head stupid explanation for what the fuck just happened. And No Way Out was a good pay-per-view. Up until that.
Over the Limit. You're thinking of the next pay-per-view.
Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. No Way Out's going to be a good pay-per-view. Until this comes up again.
Good save.
Yeah. But yeah, Cena's ranting and raving, hooting and hollering, getting all pissy about this, as he should. And he's using his real-life frustration at the shitty writing and using that to fake his anger at the Big Show and Johnny Ace. And lo and behold, Ace comes on out. Take it away, someone else, because I'm just like, ugh.
He comes out on a People Power scooter, and I gotta say, I laughed my ass off when I saw this thing.
Oh yeah, that's right, the scooter.
I'll give him that. The scooter was a nice touch. It was like Austin's four-wheeler, but Johnny Ace-ish.
It's been a while since someone's had a vehicle, and you know Vince loves these vehicles when people come out like that.
Yeah, you know what? The only way I could see this being better is if Ace was the co-general manager with Austin, and he had his scooter first, and then Austin debuted his four-wheeler. But no, this was a nice touch. I liked it. But yeah, Ace comes out, and I'm talking again, but that's okay. And he explains that he got together with Big Show Saturday and hired him back, creating yet another plot hole.
Yeah, this is something that they'll actually have to retcon later. But I like how at first he has to, how he's doing his heel thing. It was like I broke every bone in my body, and I was on life support for a few hours. You should all feel sorry for me.
Yeah, he did literally say some of that.
At least when Eric Bischoff got his ass kicked by Stone Cold, he sold it a lot better.
Well, I think the thing here is that everyone knows he didn't get his ass kicked, so he's not even going to bother selling it. But he's going to say he got it, like he got beat up that bad.
It's like when Kurt Angle broke his leg.
Yeah. My leg's broken. I'm going to do a somersault off the top rope and. Yeah. But no, he And yeah, they actually already tried to retcon it after the very next commercial break after the segment.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that, and they bring out Big Show, who basically just goes on to says like, oh, none of you cared about me, and Johnny was the only one who gave a crap enough about me to come talk to me. Check your Twitter.
What about me? What about Big Show?
What about Big Show?
He's gonna start Big Show's flock.
I posted a tweet a number of days ago about how many heel turns Big Show has had in his career and how this is not out of the ordinary for him. He's done this before.
Yeah, but usually when they don't have a good storyline reason, they just settle on, I'm the Big Show, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And that works! No matter what the situation. All you need to know for why Big Show does what he does, heel or face, is I'm the fucking Big Show. Who's gonna stop me? That's it.
It would have worked here until they brought up the pity party.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I didn't do anything any one of you wouldn't have done. You all need your jobs just like I need mine. The difference is, unlike you, I love my job. It's like, that doesn't make anyone any less desperate for a job when they're fired. It's like, you're not making sense, Big Show. It's like you're trying to. There's like, wheels are spinning, gears are shifting upstairs, but it's just not connecting. And
of course, because he changes character alignment, that means he also has to change his wardrobe too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's wearing a suit now.
Yeah.
Evil Big Show is just like evil Triple H.
Anyways, all that comes of this is they set up that Big Show's gonna face Cena at No Way Out.
Yeah.
Whatever. It'll be an okay match.
It'll be just Big Show and Cena have fun.
Yeah, but then stupid happens. Because David Otunga comes out, and he wants to face Cena, and is there not a person alive that just burst out laughing when he said this?
I think even his coffee mug tried to stifle a laugh.
And Cena's in the ring is like, David, seriously, don't. Tonight is not the night to start this shit. But he's like, I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to dedicate my match to Laurinaitis. And
I'm going to dedicate my victory speech to Carlton.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
So the coat comes off, and then Otunga comes down, and basically he gets his ass kicked by Cena.
Yeah, he failed the 10-second white boy challenge.
Yeah. Should have switched to decaf. He would have been less jittery.
And after the match, Cena keeps the STF locked in, and he's just staring down Laurinaitis. And then here comes the Jobber Squad.
It's the Midgard Mafia. Look out!
Come on,
Yeah, Tyler Rex, Kurt Hawkins, Darren Young, and Titus O'Neil.
You know, they need their own. They need their own theme music. You know, they're beautiful people. They're beautiful people. Job.
All right.
So that happens.
Yeah. Well, they're beating up Cena, and then out comes Sheamus, who
Like a house of fire.
He runs across the stage, and he knocks Laurinaitis out of the way.
And this is plot hole number 3 because they're running with this whole thing like where if you touch Laurinaitis, you're fired. So
the logical thing for Laurinaitis to do would be to get on the mic like, Sheamus, get the fuck out of my ring, leave the belt at the door, you're not working here anymore. But no, he basically pretends like, oh, I didn't set this up. All of you go to the back. By the way, you two are going to have a match. Oh, wait, hang on. No, you're going to have a different... hang on. No, let's make it a handicap tag match with lumberjacks. I think that's enough bullshit piled on.
Yeah. It's just like, you can strip Sheamus of the title. He just gave you full authority to do so with your own rules. And really, that rule is not even a heelish rule. It's like a good business sense rule. It's like, you keep the physicality to the matches. You don't attack the suits. You don't attack the refs. You don't attack the commentators. Or you're fired. That's just a good order of business thing. But they use it as a heel thing, and it works. But then they don't use it right, so they just create plot holes. Forgive me if I slip into English. I work next to the sushi stand.
Oh.
Yeah. That guy is fucking hilarious, by the way. So anyway,
so yeah, that match is set up for tonight, and I don't know. Following this, we're gonna get Randy Orton versus Alberto Del Rio, and it's during this point where they finally start to question the plot holes because, again, Laurinaitis said that Big Show signed a contract Saturday night, and if you don't remember, the stipulation for his match was no superstar can interfere, otherwise they're fired. And that's one giant plot hole. And King brings this up, and Cole has to sweep it under the rug. It's like, apparently they only signed a verbal agreement, and the actual contract was signed earlier this morning.
How can you sign a verbal agreement?
No, that's a bad choice of words on my part.
Yeah, Michael Cole's just explaining that they came to a verbal agreement and they didn't sign it.
But still, that's conspiracy, and they're admitting it on TV.
Yeah.
Which
although technically that's not really illegal.
Actually, I think it kind of is.
I don't know.
But
it's wrestling logic. Just run with it, brother.
God damn it.
Yeah, legal system and wrestling have never met together well.
Anyway, there comes a time when we have to move on.
Yeah. At SummerSlam, there will be a conspiracy on a pole match.
A conspiracy?
But
yeah, R-Truth will be special guest ref.
Bra and panties will be involved. Book it.
Anyways, we get Alberto Del Rio to come out to announce... No, I'm sorry. We got Ricardo Rodriguez coming out to announce Alberto Del Rio. But instead, Santino Marella comes down, and he starts mocking Ricardo, saying that like, oh, you don't even roll your R's, and I can't do that, so...
No,
it's like this.
No.
Okay, Chewbacca.
I just sound like a terrorist now.
Not quite. I'm not even gonna try to do it.
Yeah, let's not. But
yeah.
But this is going places, and we'll get to that on SmackDown. But all that happens is he lays him up with the Cobra and decides to do Del Rio's intro himself, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Santino.
Oh,
nothing more to say to that.
Yeah,
sorry.
A much more successful Doink the Clown, whatever. Matt Bourne.
Much more successful face Doink.
Yeah, let's roll with that one.
So Del Rio versus Orton. Like, this match happened, I just don't really remember it.
It's kind of how I feel about most Del Rio matches.
Yeah, he doesn't really leave an impression on a lot of people.
Yeah, he has a limp.
I mean, he's talented, but he doesn't have
charisma.
Yeah.
He drives a car. He yells "Destiny" a lot. And then there's Ricardo Rodriguez, which is the real star of the show.
And I think WWE is starting to realize that, but we'll get to that on SmackDown.
It's like Paul Heyman managing Brock Lesnar all over again. Except I actually like Alberto Del Rio.
Anyways, the finish of this match comes when Orton's setting him up for the RKO, but then Jericho jumps in the ring and hits him with a code breaker, causing a DQ. And Jericho gets in his face and just starts screaming, "I'm the best in the world at what I do! I'm the best in the world at what I do!" and hits him with a code breaker 2 more times.
Yay.
Boo.
So they're setting up this feud, except there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because during a house show in Sao Paulo, Brazil...
Their debut show in Brazil, by the way.
Yeah. Jericho had a match with CM Punk, and he was getting popped, and, well, Jericho can't have that because he's supposed to be the bad guy. So all his normal heel tactics weren't getting him over, so he took the Brazilian flag, crumpled it up, and kicked it, and that got the crowd against him.
He cut a heel promo and someone threw the flag to him from the audience. And that's what he did with it. And the problem with that is...
it's illegal in that country.
They're very strict about their respecting their flag.
So
the cops ran down to the ring, stopped the match, told him he can either go to jail in a country he has no legal standing in, or he can get on the microphone and apologize right away. So that's what he did. He apologized. They finished the match. He was hurried into the back and quickly left the nation. WWE booked a charter flight to get him the fuck out of Brazil. And the funny thing is, the crowd in Sao Paulo, they were eating it up. They were loving the show. They didn't give a shit. They were not really offended in the least.
Apparently the police didn't like it, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's
WWE's response to this has been to immediately suspend him indefinitely, but that has since been lowered down to 30 days.
And I see what they're doing with it, and I don't think Jericho's upset about that at all. I mean, it's kind of like, shit, we fucked up on our first show in this country in a major way, broke a law, offended a lot of people. We got to make this right by them. So he's just biting the bullet, pulling a Daniel Bryan for choking out Dustin Roberts with a tie kind of thing. And
Dustin Roberts?
Or like JBL
Justin.
when he started goose-stepping in Germany.
Well, he didn't even get in trouble for that.
Didn't he get fired from his news job, though?
Well, yeah, but the WWE didn't have any repercussions for him for that.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, that got him heat in Germany. The Germans did not like that, but in Germany, it's not illegal to acknowledge World War II.
Yeah.
It is illegal to deny that it happened. So he actually did not break any laws.
He was following the law, from what I can see.
In a very obnoxious way, but he was following the law. Shawn Michaels, in fact, is known for desecrating flags.
Yeah, apparently,
Yep.
it's been rumored that Jericho got that the idea with the flag after that bit where Shawn Michaels stuck the Canadian flag up his nose.
Which is just classic Shawn Michaels, by the way.
Because when I think of people kicking a flag across the ring, I think of sticking a flag up my nose from 15 years before.
We'll
So
actually...
For everyone who doesn't know, that's where that whole meme came from about it's all HBK's fault.
Yeah, apparently some people took to Twitter and started yelling at HBK, blaming him for this event. And he's like, what the fuck? Apparently everything's my fault now. So he started attaching hashtag all HBK's fault to stuff. And so fans started doing that. And he started retweeting fans, and he was having a big Twitter party last night. It was fun. Should have been there, man. VIP only, though.
So, yeah, getting back to it, this Jericho-Orton feud, it's either going to be forgotten about or delayed at least until after No Way Out.
Well, I think they're still letting him appear at No Way Out, but I'm not sure how they're going to do that with the feud unless they have Orton carry the feud, which is going to be
I don't know. Maybe.
So, I'm sorry. I do enjoy Orton, but Viper Orton is just not good for carrying a feud.
Hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see how that happens.
Yep. So up next is Daniel Bryan.
Dun dun dun.
And he's out here to complain about the results of his match last night with CM Punk because he made Punk tap, and he shows us that he made Punk tap by showing the video, clearly cutting out the part where he was pinned a split second beforehand.
Yeah, creative editing. You know,
It's not the first time he's done it, too.
Yeah, but you know what? At least with him, as opposed to anyone else, any other heel that's ever replayed footage to show that he got screwed when he didn't really get screwed, he had the wherewithal to edit it to creatively show that he did not get screwed.
I still say the time where he slowed down the footage to avoid the fact that he fast counted Sheamus was better, though.
Yeah, that was funny too.
But CM Punk comes out and basically reminds him what happened, and then brings up what happened last week on SmackDown, where Bryan set him up to get his ass kicked by Kane. And he has handpicked his opponent for tonight, and wouldn't you know it, it's Kane.
And thus starts Kane's week-long without reason, except for, gee, heel Kane in a mask isn't really working because they don't have any good reason for him to be a heel.
Yep.
So now he's a face.
It's WWE saying, fuck it, it's Kane. We don't have to explain it because nobody cares.
I care.
No, you don't. You're just saying you do.
No, I read the novelization about Kane's history.
I saw that one really creepy comic about Paul Bear rape.
Katie Vick was a real important person in his life, guys.
Whoa. Can we get back to the Paul Bearer rape here?
No.
He'd rather talk about Paul Bearer rape.
I don't.
What does that say about you, Mega Fighter?
I am really not interested, okay?
What comic was this?
I can end this show right now.
Google it.
I can too. All right, getting back on track here.
All right, we've got Daniel Bryan versus Kane with CM Punk on commentary, and the one thing I got to point out is CM Punk is always awesome on commentary, because Michael Cole is like what, you can just book matches now, and Punk's like, oh, I'm doing it all tonight. I'm doing commentating, I'm booking the matches, I'm doing commentary, I'm the champion, and the only thing that would have been better is when Kane got in the ring, if CM Punk said, oh, hang on, I've got to activate Kane's Pyro on my iPhone. Missed a great opportunity there.
It was an interesting little segment, but what do you guys make of this?
It was a Kane match.
Yeah, I actually think it's like it's kind of interesting that face Kane in a mask is actually something people want to see, as opposed to heel Kane with no real rhyme or reason.
Well, yeah, if heel Kane doesn't have rhyme or reason, I think it's just better to have a face.
Yeah, and
to just choke slam.
And at this point in his career, I think Kane works better as a face, whether he's got a mask or not. He can be kind of like, that nasty, vicious monster that's just like, oh, he's not really evil, he's just a dick.
Especially if he's feuding with kind of a Weasley worm like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And that's not a slander on Daniel Bryan. That's just Daniel Bryan doing a good job as a heel.
I honestly don't know how I feel about Daniel Bryan feuding with Kane, because I feel like it's kind of a step backwards for him.
I mean, he just came off a champion versus champion type feud with Punk, so yeah.
Well, there does have to be a little bit of a cool off.
And honestly, I don't think it's really a step backward. I think Kane can work pretty well with just about anybody. The problem is what they give him to work with most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's just kind of stuck with that.
I just don't want him to become another Zack Ryder, because I know WWE likes to look at certain people as underdogs. Don't. Come on.
I don't think they look at him like a Zack Ryder type of underdog. because Daniel Bryan has proven to be damn good and entertaining as a champion in the main event, consistently on the show in the top spots. What they feel about Zack Ryder apparently is that he's fun and all, and people care about him. They like him as an underdog, but as soon as he starts seeing much success, people just kind of find him annoying. So it's really more to the Zack Ryder character's benefit to be that much of an underdog.
Maybe.
See, Zack Ryder.
I don't know. I mean, Zack Ryder didn't have that long of a reign as champion.
He's pretty much the modern Brutus Beefcake.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, that is a slot that does need to be filled. You do got to have that lovable underdog that just never really catches a break.
Well, let's get back to it. The end of this match is Punk gets up from behind commentary, picks up the chair, and at first he acts like he's going to hit Daniel Bryan, but then he goes to hit Kane. But of course he can't actually hit Kane because he's supposed to be a face.
Yeah.
So Bryan grabs a chair from him, and Punk runs off, and Kane turns around and sees Bryan with the chair in his hands.
And the look on Bryan's face. That's his moneymaker, ladies and gentlemen. This guy can emote.
And of course, he drops the chair again like an idiot. Like I'd keep the chair because if Kane is going to destroy you, I'd want something to defend myself. Because now Kane picks up the chair and murders Daniel Bryan.
Yep. And honestly, I think the two of them have pretty good chemistry together. Daniel Bryan's emotiveness is like the perfect offset to Kane's grimness, I think. If that makes sense. So I while I understand, they never really give Kane anything good to work with, and they've kind of unlearned how to write for Kane.
Well, I think Daniel Bryan has worked really well as the Weasley little guy going up against the bigger guys like Big Show and Henry.
Yeah. So I expect pretty good things from this feud.
Yeah. And I guess I kind of feel like his feud with Punk isn't over.
No, it's definitely not over. I think it's going to be one of those things that they carry on for a long time. They shelve every now and then. They bring it back every now and then, but it's never really going to be over. So it'll be kind of like John Cena Edge.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so up next we have a commercial, and when we come back from that, we have Punk backstage, and he runs into AJ. And I like how Punk is not buying into this story at all, and is basically just waiting for AJ to come out and say, "I'm crazy."
Yeah. Although AJ is really playing this role up really well too, because even on Twitter, after Punk said, "Look, I like girls that are a little bit crazy," but she tweeted that she has a thing for guys that like crazy girls. So I'm really enjoying what they're doing with AJ and how she's playing into it. And even with the No Way Out promo commercial that they shot, as goofy as it is, it's hilariously awesome.
At least they didn't include the Sheamus train this time.
I think that would have been funny as hell if they had, but that's not going to be the match that they're setting up, so there's no real sense to it. And that Sheamus train thing was just a fan edit anyway.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and just look up No Way Out 2012, Daniel Bryan, AJ. Any of those keywords should work. Any combination of them. Yeah. You'll know it when you see it. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. We see in the backstage area Paul Heyman and Triple H's exchange. Oh, They do a recap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a recap.
It's a recap.
Yeah, it's a recap. The next thing to follow is our new Intercontinental Champion Christian versus some guy.
Wait a minute, I know that guy.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
That's Ranjit Singh. No. It's Tiger G. No. It's D'Lo Brown with a turban. I've seen this
Mosh.
before. Hassan?
Oh God.
Maybe it's Diavari.
Ivari.
It's Sacha Baron Cohen.
No.
Christian versus some guy. Christian wins, but there's something I actually got to bring up here. Christian needs a new finisher.
Yeah, that.
It's something that he's been doing for around 15 years now. He can't do it very good.
Well, it's not a matter of not doing it well. It takes too long to set up. It's too.
Well, no. Let's compare how he hits the kill switch to when Edge hit that move on Dolph Ziggler back in 2011 at the Royal Rumble.
I think
It's not
people
a bad
have,
move. Christian's just not good at it.
I think people have rose-colored glasses for how Edge did it, just because Edge did a reference to Christian.
Well, no, go back and look at it. It's just like.
I've never really enjoyed the move. I always thought it was like that's too much to set up. I mean, John Cena has an easier time setting up the STFU. Rey Mysterio has an easier time setting up the 619 for fuck's sake.
I don't know. I actually rewatched that match from the Royal Rumble, and I'm like, he does it so effortlessly and so smoothly. Like, it's not that he made a nod to Christian. It's just that he did it way better than Christian ever did.
I don't know. I've just never felt the move. So, I guess it's just a difference of opinion or something.
Maybe, but next we have Kelly backstage. Yeah, she still exists.
You know what that means? We're going to see someone barely touch the ropes and go flying across the ring. Fuck!
Well, actually, it's funny you mention that because the next match, Beth Phoenix versus Kelly, and I'm pretty sure Beth Phoenix was just determined to make Kelly bump off the ropes because she was whipping her into the ropes really hard.
And she kept doing it too. It's like she's trying to expose her. It's like, you don't need to. She's exposed herself plenty of times, and I'm not talking about ECW.
The extreme expose.
Yep.
Let's just put it this way. If anyone remembers her troubles with extreme expose and is familiar with her troubles running the ropes, it's a well-established fact that if it's a stretchy, pulley thingy going across Kelly's back, she doesn't use it very well.
That sounded naughty.
Okay. Is there something you want to tell us about what you want to do with Kelly there, Backlash?
Nah, she's not my type.
Oh, don't tell me that. You know she's your type. I challenge anyone in DarkMatch, ladies included, to sit there and look me straight in the eye and say that if someone looking exactly like Kelly offered herself to them, they would not take it.
I'll take that challenge. What are you wagering?
I gotta think about that for a second.
Won't take that challenge.
There's no way you guys would turn. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Well, what would she offer in return?
What?
Mega, I think you just out bullshitted me.
I think you just missed the entire point of what I just said.
Perhaps.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
I told you, it's 80 fucking degrees in here. My brain is melting.
80 degrees? That's it?
Dude, it's England. 70% out of the year, the temperature doesn't rise above 30.
You guys are pussies.
The mystery lumberjack handicap match. Let's get to that. Oh, by the way, Ben Phoenix beats the shit out of Kelly. Are you surprised?
Nope. And
maybe.
And to be fair, we do get a little bit of shriekage from Kelly, but not harpy shriekage, like some people like to accuse her of.
Anyways, the mystery opponents are Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and Tensai, who is not Lord Tensai anymore, just Tensai.
Tensai!
They shortened it.
Just like he shortened his back hair.
Oh.
There's got to be a way to work that reference into anything to do with him.
Like it's anyone's surprised by
He
it.
finally did go and shave his back. Got to give him that.
This match,
Fans spent years and years telling me to shave my back. I wonder what they mean. Anyway, I'm sorry, Backlash. Go ahead.
no, there's nothing really to this match. It's exactly what you expect. All the Lumberjacks are heels, so they're beating up on Sheamus and Cena. And it inevitably devolves into a brawl.
There is at one point where it does devolve into the brawl where John Cena just goes flying over the ropes into them, just like for no fucking reason at all. It's like it's totally un-John Cena to do that, but it was a funny fucking spot because he just looks so fucking full of shit doing it. He's like, "Hippity-doo, here I go!" Whee! Splat. It doesn't even hit anybody, but people fall down. And then the rest of them look around and are like, "Oh shit, we missed that spot."
It's very troll scene-esque.
Yeah,
Maybe. But yeah, it devolves into a brawl. Cena and Sheamus are getting their asses kicked, and then the faces come out. And I just like how they showed that everyone's running to the ring, except for Khali, who's just casually walking. Because
everything's pouring out there like it's the fucking invasion angle all over again. And there's Khali. It's like, yeah.
Or an interdraft brawl.
I got one
Some
speed,
shit.
and that speed is Curry. Yeah. So, Khali apparently is not physically able to run.
I'm beginning to question if he's physically able to stand.
I'm beginning to question if he's physically able to
Exist?
Fuck you, Backlash.
You didn't seem to be going anywhere.
I wasn't. I was stalling for time.
So
Someone just
basically,
booted up
the
speed.
finish of this match.
Basically, Cena just leaves. That's it.
Yeah, Tensai pins Sheamus for a slam.
Wait, no, did that even happen? Because
No, there was no finish.
No, there wasn't a finish.
Oh, there wasn't?
Nope.
No. He might have done that, but just to do the symbolic I could pin you. But it wasn't. There was no official finish.
But yeah, Cena's looking for Big Show in the crowd, and when he can't find him, he runs to the back, runs into Laurinaitis, and he's just like, "Where's Big Show?" He's like, "I don't know. Remember, you can't touch me. I'm gonna go."
And by the way, Laurinaitis is out for a leisurely Sunday afternoon drive through the arena on his scooter. He's confronted by Cena.
No, he was on crutches, wasn't he? Because he was eye to eye with Cena, wasn't he?
No, I thought he was driving around. There was some point he was just cruising around the backstage area.
Yeah, that was a random filler thing before they go to commercial.
It was pretty fucking awesome, though.
I know. But
always awesome.
How fucked up is this? We're sitting here going, yeah, Kane sucks. Dude, Laurinaitis on a fucking scooter, man. That's fucking awesome.
I didn't say Kane
It's
sucked.
the scooter, dude.
Yes,
fuck it. But yeah,
Drew McIntyre is such a waste of talent. Dude, Laurinaitis is so fucking cool. What the fuck?
You just want to do the show without me?
The last 3 years have just gotten weird.
Well, we should finish off the Raw part of the show. Big Show comes and punches Cena with his knockout punch.
Right after Cena has the most constipated look on his face.
Yeah.
Cena feel poopy.
It's a poopy day for Cena.
Uh-oh. Don't reference that shit.
Aww.
Okay, and then we go to SmackDown.
We go to SmackDown.
SmackDown, yeah. And they recap Over the Limit again, except they splice in John Cena's promo.
Ooh.
Because, we need that. But we begin with Eve Torres, who...
you mean Miss Tessmacher.
Seriously, you want to do the show without me?
I'm just adding some commentary here, some color. Cry about it, God.
And she points out that Laurinaitis isn't here tonight. So
To which the fans pop miraculously. Sorry. I'm trying to mesh with you here.
But she points out that two things are going to happen. One, that Sheamus is going to apologize for running into Laurinaitis on Raw, so they're acknowledging that happened. And they're going to decide who his opponent will be for No Way Out. And this is the point where everyone comes out demanding a title shot.
Could you imagine if Oprah was a general manager in WWE? You get a title shot! You get a title shot! You get a title shot!
That would be pretty fucked up, for
That'd
sure.
be a pretty fucking awesome pay-per-view.
Well, she is retired now.
It's just a gauntlet of title matches, one after another. If you win, you go to the next match.
Anyways, first we get Alberto Del Rio to come out and say,
saying,
like, I want a title shot. And then Orton comes out and says, I want a title shot. And then Kane comes out and is like, I'm Kane.
Look into my mask and tell me what you see.
And instead of picking one of them, she says, like, tonight we'll have a triple threat for the main event to determine Sheamus' opponent. And
so with a face champion, two faces, and a heel.
Who do you think is going to win?
Dun dun dun. Razor Ramon.
Also, it's worth pointing out that Kane notes that this episode of SmackDown is episode 666.
Nice.
Interesting factoid.
Huh.
If you're gonna have anyone reference that, no. He's the guy to do it.
Yeah.
It would make sense if it was like somebody like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, right. CM Punk or somebody.
Anyways, we get a commercial and then we come back to Christian versus some guy with his other guy.
And their bike.
The Undertaker?
No.
I don't know. He was kind of being pushed around Survivor Series last year, but then everyone just kind of forgot about him.
Chuck Palumbo?
No.
You said he was getting pushed and everyone forgot about him, and he had a bike.
Paul Ellering?
He had a bike?
Well, he did when he was with the Disciples of the Apocalypse.
I'll take your word for that. Oh, I know who you're talking about. It was Johnny Ace and his scooter.
Yeah, that's it.
Because he couldn't be there that night. Wink, wink. Yeah, Funkmaster. Yeah, all right, I get it.
Yep. Anyways, Christian wins with a frog splash, so maybe they are giving him a new finisher.
Or just taking his TNA finisher.
Ew.
I don't know. Anyways, after the match, Cody comes out and basically says that Christian has destroyed everything he's created to make the Intercontinental title prestigious again, and he will fix everything in 3 seconds by pinning Christian and regaining his title. I like that they're making this a feud.
I like that they're making it all about the IC title and how important it is.
Yes.
It's not just, oh, here's a title belt, let's have a match, I guess. It's like the two of them want the fucking title. Cody's actually talking like he almost needs the title. That's the way it should be. It's a title. I don't care if it's, the cruiserweight title, the light heavyweight title, European title, midget title, whatever you want to call it. Any title.
The blockbuster title.
Every title should be important. Well, except
James Storm's drinking title.
Yeah.
So
the Global Championship, which has had 5 names.
Anyways, Christian challenges Cody to get in the ring, but instead he just leaves. We get another commercial, and then we come back to a promo between Titus O'Neil and Darren Young and the Usos. And I'll be honest, this promo was actually kind of good.
No,
I don't get what millions and millions means, but
it's just a thing.
But damn, the Usos are actually kind of good on the mic.
No, that's the thing. A lot of the guys you usually see featured on NXT and Superstars, they're really fucking good in the ring and on the mic. They are talented. They are charismatic. They are interesting, and they're getting shitty gimmicks over. They're basically being shoved on these like B&C shows with really nothing to do, and they're making shit happen. And now they're getting called up to the main rosters, SmackDown and Raw, and they're bringing it with them. They're just rolling right through it, and I would not be surprised to see a lot of these guys pick up steam. And that's a damn good thing. The only thing I'm disappointed about is one time we saw Derek Bateman on a main show. He got jobbed pretty hard. He squashed bad.
Yeah, it's like you think they're gonna do something with him, and it's like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways,
so it leads us to a match.
If you recall back through all the various seasons of NXT, they had some good guys throughout all of them, like Johnny Curtis, Derek Bateman, Connor O'Brien, Byron Saxton. They had some damn good people. And for some reason, one reason or another, just like, you're just going to sit here for a while.
What was the point of NXT?
I mean, at least with the season 2 guys, you can kind of see where they went wrong. The whole Genesis shit.
Yeah.
That did not help their momentum at all.
No. But, I mean, there's no shortage of talent in WWE's developmental system right now. And
aside from Wade Barrett, who's still not back from injury, has anyone really gotten anywhere who's won NXT?
No.
Daniel Bryan?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't. I'm talking about people who won. Like, there's fucking. Wade Barrett was the first one, and even though they went places with him, he's on the injured reserve list, and there's no plans for him to come back anytime soon.
And the highest
he's gotten won, and nothing happened with him.
The highest he's gotten is a mid-card title and a main event feud for the sake of giving someone a main eventer a chance to get away from the main event.
Yeah. There was Caval. I'm actually Caval. I forgot what they were calling him.
Senshi.
Who had like one match on a pay-per-view and then asked for his release. Season 3 was the Divas, right? Caitlyn, yeah.
Caitlyn.
She randomly shows up from time to time.
But she's primarily on NXT, hanging out with Derek Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
She's AJ's friend.
And then
and she's being used by Daniel Bryan to piss off AJ right now.
Yeah, except she doesn't really seem to be a part of that feud anymore. I think they just dropped that part.
It comes and goes.
And then there was Johnny Curtis, and they didn't even try to hide the fact that they wanted Brodus Clay to win.
Yeah.
And technically, Redemption's winner is Derek Bateman because Darren and Titus moved to SmackDown, and, well, Derek Bateman.
Wait, they actually picked a winner for that thing?
No.
By default. If only by default.
Oh, default sucks.
Yeah. And really, the most Johnny Curtis had was a series of vignettes where he made cliche sayings literal, and it didn't work, and he had like a match, and that was that. And Byron Saxton is just sitting there like the straight guy in around all of this. Like, really, this is what's fucking going on around this company? You're acting like this? Fuck.
We've gotten really off topic, haven't we?
Have we
Tangent counter. It's back.
No, it's not. Anyways, I think we're really just trying to avoid talking about this match because we don't really have anything to say about it. It's Darren Young and Titus O'Neil versus the Usos, and it's jobbers fighting jobbers, and nobody wins.
But it's tag team action, and they both the teams do a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, but
there's just no weight to it. Nothing.
I know, that's the problem. Like, make me care about the tag team.
Well, that's just it. It's like I said back at the beginning of that tangent. There's no shortage of talent and ability to get themselves over when it comes to the guys in developmental. The shortage of talent is with the writers coming up with shit for them to do that fucking matters. I'm confident in saying that it's not all the writers sucking. That's not all of it. Part of it is them sucking. Part of it is getting direction from bigger bosses above them saying, no, focus on this, focus on that. Don't worry about them. It's just like, guys, primed and ready. Hot individual. We need to put... Okay, never mind. Let's do more Kane versus random top superstar for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
So, following this match, we get a promo for the return of Sin Cara, which will be next week on SmackDown.
Because there's someone we want to see more of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that because, like, with Sin Cara, it could be awesome, but it hasn't. Like, it's been amusing.
Dude, no,
but...
you know what? No. Before you go on with that thought, the Shockmaster could have been awesome, but come on, man. That guy botches Major League in every single match.
Is someone taking is someone taking a piss?
Mega Fighter.
Sorry.
Ew!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Ew!
That was full.
I don't care if your microphone is wireless.
I
God.
think we just recreated the scene from The Naked Gun.
I am not cleaning that up.
When I have to go take a shit during the show, I don't bring my microphone with me.
I can't tell if I'm laughing or crying. That was disgusting.
Yeah, I'd say I'm disgusted, but I've been way too long.
Right, and now I can't pee because I'm too self-conscious about this.
Okay, Backlash, you can't edit this out now. Because of that one thing.
Yeah, you have to put a picture of a toilet in the background.
I'm gonna throw up.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Tinkle, tinkle.
You'd rather talk about this than talk about Sin Cara.
Talk about pissing.
Mega Fighter, mute your mic if you're gonna do that. Seriously.
Yeah, dude, you just pulled a Sin Cara. You pissed away a major opportunity to be something big.
I thought I did mute.
Oh.
You thought you muted? Come on.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Let's just get through this fucking show.
Okay, if we can't have the tangent counter, can we have the piss counter?
I wish I could bring back the tangent counter. I just don't have the time to do it these days.
All right. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, it's like you said Sin Cara could be awesome. My counter to that is Shockmaster could have been awesome, but
yeah, I get it.
And the thing is, like, every match he was in, he botched Major League. He rubbed everyone the wrong way. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or he's not a good wrestler or anything like that. I don't think he fits in WWE.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm saying.
According to the WWE, they need a guy in a mask. They need a luchador, and if Mysterio is too injured to return, we're gonna have to deal with Sin Cara.
Hunico in Chimera.
They're not gonna do that because they pissed away Hunico, and
they really did.
Ricardo is already in his own gimmick, and he's working it well, which we'll get to. But
yeah, I won't take that away from Rodriguez either. But you're absolutely right. But the thing is, I think part of Hunico being wasted, to use a relevant point of phrase, pissed away. There's that fucking laser thing again.
I don't know what that is. Oh,
fuck Mega Fighter.
It wasn't me. It was Digi.
Anyway,
forget it.
Wait, what was me?
Yeah,
the laser noise.
Laser noise?
Just blame it on the dog.
I don't have a laser gun in my room.
Yeah, like I'm going to believe Canada when it tells me it doesn't have a laser system. Alright, whatever.
It's like, who shot first, Han or Greedo? No, it was Digifox.
Anyway, yeah, I'd have no use for Sin Cara anymore, and I say that as I am looking at my Sin Cara mask, contemplating putting it on for the remainder of this show.
I think he's kind of run his course personally.
Yeah.
He never got on the track. It's like every time he took a step onto the track, he tripped and fell back off. But anyway, moving on.
Well, moving on, we've got Ryback versus two local jobbers. They're going backward.
One of which looked like the bastard love child of Barack Obama and Low-Key.
Is anyone buying this Ryback thing besides Mega Fighter, who we know his opinion doesn't count?
And I've been told that jobber that I just mentioned is named Ricky Reyes, and he's actually kind of a big deal on the indies or some shit like that.
One thing that's always really annoyed me about when they bring in somebody like this is I don't like sitting for 8 weeks at a time of somebody just coming out and squashing jobbers. I hate that shit.
I'm in complete agreement with you and you, Backlash. To me, in a way, this is worse than Brodus Clay just dancing and doing a quick squash every week for 2 months.
Well, I mean, guys like Brodus Clay and Tensai, they at least have something more to them. Like, I get that they're getting the Goldberg run, but at least Brodus Clay dances, and Tensai is supposed to be from Japan.
Yeah, they have some sizzle to go with their steak, and it's like Ryback, it's just steak. They got him dressed like RVD. They got him yelling like Goldberg. They got him doing all this shit. It's like
he is Goldberg. He is the 2012 Goldberg.
He's like composite so many different failed superstars from WWE's past. And I'm sorry, no, I count RVD as a failed WWE superstar. Successful in other companies, but failed in WWE. That's just how I feel about him.
Yeah, true.
If you think about his potential and what he really accomplished.
But they're really trying to shove Ryback down our throats, and the problem is WWE doesn't have enough jobbers to do this. Like, either give him a storyline and an actual feud, or stop wasting our goddamn time.
Yeah. It's like with Brodus Clay. He didn't really get into anything important until after he had Mama in the Bridge Club come out and dance with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what? You could have had a match at WrestleMania with him, get him over in a tag match or something, a 6-man match. And you didn't. And with Ryback, it's like, how many pay-per-views have gone by now? Granted, 2 of them were like right one after another.
I think just 2, because he debuted right after WrestleMania.
Okay, well, still, I mean, that's talking about the beginning of April. It's almost June. Get this guy something to do. And
or
stop
just
having
get
your other jobbers huddle around a monitor, acting like a bunch of retards, going, "Hey, watch this guy! This is fucking awesome."
Yeah, there's just no point.
Because all you do then is give TNA something to try and rip off of with their Divas tag, their Knockouts tag match that we talked about in our last episode. It's like, hey, I'm on TV.
Well, let's move on to something more positive. The match we've all been waiting for, Santino Marella versus Ricardo Rodriguez.
And instant 4-hour boner begins now.
and I love that Ricardo actually came out to wrestle in his tux.
Would you have it any other way?
And they even gave him his own incredibly racist entrance music, and they used footage from Royal Rumble 2012 as his Titantron.
That's fucking awesome. That's Rodriguez all the way, man.
Yeah.
And he comes out and does his rolling R and introduces himself.
Which fucking sold me on this whole match. Especially since he seemed to be emphasizing the rolling of his R's more than usual. It's like,
He's more excited. He's talking himself up.
Honestly, I kind of enjoyed this match between Santino and Ricardo. I
don't think you need to add honestly on there. I think that's just a fact of life. Everyone fucking loves this match.
It was good comic relief.
Yeah, instead of bad comic relief like we normally get on these shows.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a quick match too, but it wasn't bad. It was good. It was fun.
Yeah.
Santino with a side headlock and a shoulder tackle, They crisscross until Santino stops and just watches Ricardo run the ropes back and forth without realizing that they're doing something else now.
They did an Eric Young spot.
Yep. Santino checks on Ricardo's pulse after he falls down from running so much, and then he applies the airplane spin. Ricardo falls to the mat, and so does Santino because he made himself dizzy, so they both fall out of the ring dizzy, barely able to stand, which I haven't seen since, I think, early days of Chikara. I don't think I've seen someone do a spot like that in a match with an airplane spin. Usually it's just the guy that's up on the shoulders gets dizzy or, something like that. Santino goes to hide in little people's court, and Ricardo thinks he's going to come out the other side of the ring, but Santino comes out the same side and gets out the Cobra and tries to get Ricardo's attention, but doesn't do it. And Ricardo turns around into the Cobra, and Santino gets the 3 count with that. So again, quick match, but
good fun.
I don't think I did it justice talking about it, but go see this match.
Yeah.
And for once, the commentary in the modern age actually enhanced the match quite a bit, I thought.
It's a fun match. You're supposed to have fun with wrestling, not look at this and say wrestling is dead. And yes, we are taking jabs at a certain someone, but we're not going to mention his name.
We love you.
Please put us on your website. Anyways.
That's not going to happen.
We're still trying to do
God.
Anyways.
Trying too hard. Backlash does it.
Anyways, up next, Sheamus comes out to apologize, and he really sells that he's trying to apologize, but he just doesn't want to, until he eventually just says, "I'd like to apologize for John Laurinaitis being a major arse."
Oh, and he asked if he can be serious for a minute, so there's that.
Where did that come from? Was that a Johnny Ace thing?
That was Lance Storm, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But up next, we get Vicky Guerrero being extremely shouty, as she is prone to do.
And we love her for it.
Mm-hmm.
She's a screamer.
And she got Eve's permission to name Sheamus' opponent for tonight, and it's Jack Swagger. And again, I had to chuckle, like, you have a shot.
If there is anyone in the world of professional wrestling that has a perpetual rape face, it is Jack Swagger.
And that haircut is not helping.
It's a good touch, I promise.
But this
it's like all the creepy parts of Kurt Angle and all the goofiest parts of Bob Backlund rolled into one.
With a lisp.
Yeah, with a lisp. So we got Matilda in there too.
Well, you know what? This match is actually really damn good. I'll admit that.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean...
Well, these are two guys who actually work well together.
Well, Jack Swagger usually does work well. It's just, he just doesn't have the charisma. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he should be world champion caliber as far as his ring work goes. It's just... there's nothing for this guy to do on the mic. Which is unfortunate, because I really don't have anything bad to say about this guy. He keeps himself like squeaky clean as far as outside of wrestling goes. He doesn't misbehave, doesn't get into trouble. You never hear any bad stuff about him in the locker room or anything like that. It's just an unfortunate case of having all the talent in the world in one aspect of a job that you need, and having none in the other aspect that you needed in for that same job.
If he had a manager to start off, then things would probably be great for him right now, but too little too late.
He's so far behind, and he's playing catch-up still with Vicky Guerrero. And really, it's like, as much as I love the pairing of Vicky and Dolph, he does not need her. I mean, it's fun, but he's ready for something else. He's been ready.
Yeah, but like Ziggler seems to go in circles. Like he gets, like, at the beginning of the year he starts getting title shots, but then starts to cool off. He's not doing anything around the middle of the year. He starts to get hot again around September, and then eventually it all begins again.
Yeah, so they got they get wound up for the time of the year where they have a major pay-per-view every 2 months, and they really push him hard then. Let him show his stuff and let him feature himself, but other than that, it's just kind of like, yeah, he's still hired. He's still there.
Dolph needs to break off on his own and then just have Vicky manage Swagler.
I don't think he should have a feud or anything like that because that runs the risk of turning either one of them face. But just kind of like slowly evolve it to where he just stops coming out to the ring with her. He stops being accompanied by her, and just do an evolutionary thing, not a feud.
Or just have Dolph get drafted.
I don't think that has any meaning anymore.
Did they even do a draft this year?
No, they didn't. They just
it doesn't matter. There is no brand separation. They
No,
still say if a superstar is from Raw or SmackDown, but they show up on either show.
Yeah.
And again, I point out Daniel Bryan, a SmackDown superstar, was fighting for the Raw title.
Yeah.
On the past pay-per-view.
It's just like they're going back and forth with it, however they see fit to do so, just for whatever's convenient for them. Yeah. And on one hand, it's like, well, if you're gonna do that, why even bother pretending? But on the other hand, it's just like, yeah, they kind of need to do that. So I don't know. But anyway, this match.
It's a damn good match.
Wait a minute. Mega Fighter, are you playing video games again?
Sorry.
God damn
My
it.
God.
Yep, you have a job to do, man.
God.
Oh. Yeah,
playing video games, taking a piss.
Honestly, you would have been fired a long time ago if you weren't so reliable for doing these shows.
I am well aware of that.
And if it wasn't fucking funny when you catch you doing this shit.
Oh.
But seriously, stop.
All right. I'm sure to do.
I don't mean stop for now. I mean just stop doing this shit. You might actually have something to say if you focus.
Right.
So anyway, Mega Fighter, speaking of things for you to say, any high points of the Jack Swagger Sheamus match from SmackDown you want to talk about?
Well, it just seemed like a good match.
It's pretty much what I would expect for SmackDown. Is just having a good match between Sheamus and Swagger.
Yeah, I just wish there was more weight to it. Again, I think if I had to voice a complaint about anything with these matches on either of these shows this week, it's just where's the significance? Where's the importance of it? I'm just not feeling it right now. But as far as the match goes, it was a good match. I'll agree with you guys on that one. The finish comes where they're in the ring and Swagger gets up to his feet and sets for the Doctor Bomb, but Sheamus escapes and hits his bro kick for the pin out of nowhere. And they're really trying to establish Sheamus as this reliable good guy like Cena, but can strike out of nowhere like Orton. Kind of mixture of the two. And honestly, I think he's the right guy to do that with, but at the same time, it's just like, please, dear God, don't 5-move of doom this guy.
Yeah, they're setting up for him to be the next Cena, but just don't let him be the next Cena.
Yeah. Let him be the next top guy, but don't let him be...
Like, what he's doing now is good.
Yeah, let him be him.
Yeah.
Don't sterilize him.
Let him be the next, I don't know...
let him be the next Sheamus! That's what works, okay?
Yeah, how about this? You don't neuter a pit bull and then take it down to the dog fights.
Yeah.
But anyway,
up next, we get a commercial, and then we cut to Yoshitatsu in the ring, who I have to point out, I don't remember the last time we've seen Yoshitatsu get a non-jobber entrance, but this is the first time I've heard his music in a while, and goddamn, that is the goofiest sounding music ever.
It's Tokyo pop kind of music, and it's
I think
Yeah.
is this his original theme, J-pop drop?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do enjoy the song, but I do admit when I first heard it, it was like, this is the goofiest fucking shit I've ever heard
Well,
for a
when
wrestling
you
theme.
catch in media res, it's like, yeah, you're disoriented.
I don't even hate J-pop. It just it feels out of place here.
Yeah, it took a while for it to grow on me as a theme.
I don't see how J-pop could have any place in wrestling, really, unless you've got a goofy character, and Yoshi's not a goofy character. He had the face paint for a while. Now he's back to kind of being like the dragonish kind of tights and everything. And
Yeah, he needs like a Tajiri song or whatever.
he needs a push, to be honest. I mean, you want to talk about underrated wrestlers in WWE.
Well, if they're going to push him, they need to give him a manager because, again, his English is not so good.
Yeah. Like, damn, if you ever see him actually work a non-squash match, holy shit. I mean, this guy.
Yeah, to contrast Yoshitatsu's entrance music, Damien Sandow comes out to a Hallelujah chorus.
Oh, this
which is
so
perfect
awesome.
for his character.
Of course, every time I hear it, I just mentally replace it with Owen Citizen's theme. I'm sorry. But
go sit in the corner.
So yeah, this is a very
Take
short
your
match.
microphone with you because that doesn't excuse you from your duties.
And again, I hate to downplay Damien Sandow. It's just that me not so smart, and a lot of things he says goes over my head.
Well, I think that's kind of the point. It's kind of
I
like,
know that's the point. It just
and that's what makes it so good. It's like he's being a smarmy, sophisticated asshole, and it's pissing the fans off. Not because it's just douchey, but in a way, it's kind of fucking true. He's got a point, and it pisses everyone off.
Yeah, you have to look at it like that.
It's like
he's kind of right.
It's like going up to a debate team competition, and your response is, "Yeah, well, fuck you." And god damn it, fuck you, Damien Sandow. I just used a fucking Ron White joke to describe how you make me feel. Fuck.
And I love his cartwheels. It's so to contrast with his
the way he lands them too.
Yeah. It's like Lanny Poffo all over again.
Oh man, it's
really
so
is
graceful. It's like this guy can't be for real. But I see no.
He's got the beard and the pink shorts. Just fucking insane.
Oh, when's the last time we saw pink shorts on a guy?
Oh,
and you were supposed to take him serious.
Austin Aries, but are you talking about specifically WWE guys?
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't know.
Probably one of the Hearts, but
that's going way back.
Yeah, that's pink and black though. I mean, that's anyway.
So yeah, it's a very quick match.
It was beautiful though. I mean, for what little they did, it was just absolutely beautiful. And in an ironic twist of fate, shut up, Matt Hardy. Sandow beats Yoshitatsu with a Japanese neck breaker.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. He proceeded it with a Russian leg sweep. I think that should be part of his gimmick. None of his moves, he cannot use a move unless it has some foreign nation attached to it. And he cannot use a move with a nation attached to it in that nation. Like, if he goes to Ireland, he cannot Irish whip anybody. If he goes to Russia, he cannot Russian leg sweep anybody. But anywhere else in the world, he can do those things. If he goes to Japan, he can't do the Japanese neck breaker. You get my drift.
Yeah.
In all of Europe,
the French tickler in France.
Throughout all of Europe, he is not allowed to European uppercut.
But after this match, they have to ruin it because for absolutely no reason, they just cut back to replaying the finish of the Ryback match.
Oh.
They're really trying to shove this guy down our throats. It's like, so yeah, Damien Sandow just had a great victory, but how about that Ryback? Look at him squash these two unimportant people that we paid very little money to appear for these 5 minutes.
You know what? With the Ryback thing, just to throw back to that real quick, I get why people were trying to say, "Oh, that was impressive" and everything, because he pretty much destroyed these guys by picking them up into a kind of a power bomb position, but them holding them there and swinging them around like he smacked the one guy with his partner, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's impressive, except for they're clearly hanging onto his fist to have leverage to help hold themselves upright instead of being flopped over, like beaten and bruised and shit. I don't get how you can, like. I mean, granted, it's still an impressive physical feat for either of them to fucking do that. Like any of these three guys to be able to do that with each other, but that doesn't fit in a situation where the one guy is supposed to be at the mercy of the other guy and already beaten down and physically dominated. And the other thing I want to say about Ryback's squash matches is, in a very untypical WWE move, you've seen a lot of local jobbers get mic time.
And very rarely has it ever been good.
Yeah, there's been moments. Like, I thought these guys this week were pretty good. I mean, for what they were.
If I remembered any of their names, I could probably name a few that I enjoyed.
Yeah, and
there were the math guys.
Yeah, the math guys were pretty funny. Whether on purpose or accident, that was pretty funny.
The one thing I noticed during this replay, because I actually didn't even bother to watch the match, I noticed how many empty seats there were in the stands. That made me realize this was the Divas match of this show.
Exactly. And the other thing too is one thing I've noticed is a lot of people, like, whenever I see a Ryback pop up in discussions, people are like, "Oh, he's a face." No, he's a heel. He's a heel. No, people don't know if he's a face or heel. He's a face, and it's very clear why. And this is the only reason they're letting the jobbers talk, is so they can get local heat. So that Ryback comes out, beats up these assholes that just ran down the crowd or insulted people or acted like assholes, pissed off the crowd otherwise. He beats him up. He gets a pop. That's the math that they're trying to go for.
Except I really haven't heard the crowd pop for him.
That's because they haven't. They popped more for Yoshi.
It is pretty much Goldberg again.
It's Yoshitatsu without the spectacle of Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yoshitatsu gets more pop in an empty arena from his own theme song than Ryback does from a crowd.
Well, I do actually like Yoshitatsu more than I like Ryback, so...
I think at this point, the only way Ryback is going to get a pop or any kind of reaction is either A, if they give him something to fucking do, or they have him come out to someone else's entrance music to try and trick the crowd.
They somehow get the rights to Invasion and just do that.
Okay.
Goldberg's WCW theme.
Which they already own the rights to.
Well, they just...
Like a fighter, shut up!
Oh, man.
It's like, where are you going with this? Well, they don't know. They own WCW.
Let's move on.
All right.
So Big Show promo.
Yeah, Big Show basically comes out and he cuts pretty much the same promo he did on Raw. Like, nobody cared about him, and...
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I'm going to go punch out some worms.
Oh, that's a good mental image. Splat.
Take that, you worm. I just WMD'd you. Alright. So, he gets a "you sold out" chant, and he's like, yeah, fuck you. He talks about how it was planned out all along, that he knew exactly what he was going to do before he even got to the arena that night, and he and Laurinaitis had set it all up, and really trying way too hard to get heat. Big Show doesn't need to try this hard to get heat. He doesn't need to try this hard to get anything out of a crowd. It's almost like they're trying to set this up to be like the modern screw job, and it's just like, guys, let it go. You're never going to catch that lightning in a bottle ever again unless you fucking do it again. And in that case, no one's going to give a shit because hey, wrestling's fake.
They have done it again. They've done it multiple times, haven't they?
Not to where they broke kayfabe to actually screw a guy.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but no, they've tried to catch lightning in a bottle without it being a legitimate screw job before.
Yeah.
Like before and after that, they've tried to do that. But good God, show, shut up. I'm a fan. I love you. I mark out for you. But stop trying too hard. All I need from you is I'm the fucking Big Show. Fuck you. That's why. And I'll go with it. Your fist is bigger than my face. I'll be like, okay, dude, whatever you say. Yeah, he's really trying to hammer this home, and it's just too much. After he leaves the ring, Kane makes his way out, and from out of nowhere, Daniel Bryan jumps into the ring and has a chair, and he tries to attack Kane with it. And Bryan is finally restrained and dragged out of the ring by officials. It takes like 5 people to get him out of the ring. And the entire time he's being hauled off by the officials, he's yelling yes. And really, honestly, I think that was an epic spot. Like an epic little segment. Like Kane comes out, just gets blindsided by Daniel Bryan, beat down with a chair. And as he's being carted off to the loony bin, he's just yelling, yes! 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 You can almost give him a lab coat and Dr. Insano glasses. I mean, the less in context you make these segments between Daniel Bryan and Kane, the better they get. That's just my opinion, though. But that leads us into the main event for the night, which we already told you what it is. It's Randy Orton versus Del Rio versus Kane in #1 contender match, triple threat. And
see, this is how you determine a #1 contender. Take a fucking hint, TNA.
Actually, no, I think this is actually kind of weak too, but you're right. It's still better than what TNA does.
Yeah.
It's logical, at least. That
it's actual fighting.
Let's spend 2 hours talking about this shit and then not have it go anywhere. Fuck you, TNA. But long story short, in a match to determine who faces the face champion between 2 faces and a heel, clearly Alberto Del Rio is the winner of the #1 contenders match. Predictable. It was telegraphed from the start. Oh well. Let's just roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
So he is the challenger to CM Punk now. Goody.
Yep.
No, he's a challenger to Sheamus.
Is it Sheamus or CM Punk?
It was for the World Heavyweight title, so yeah, Sheamus.
Okay. Then who's Punk's #1 contender?
I don't know. Either they're going to keep the feud with Daniel Bryan going, or I'd probably guess Orton, because his feud with Jericho isn't going to happen.
Yeah, we'll probably have to wait till Raw to find that out.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to. I don't think Orton makes sense, though, because they're both faces. We'll see. I'm sure they got something up their sleeve.
Yeah.
At the very least, as long as they both stay healthy, they always have the fallback of Daniel Bryan Punk. So, and even if the storyline is weak, the matches are going to be good. So, but yeah, nothing really special in this match. I mean, it's a decent match, but it's your standard triple threat match, and the heel wins. So I'm kind of interested to see the chemistry between Del Rio and Sheamus. I don't think we've really seen this pairing that much.
No, I don't think so.
I can't even think of an example where we've actually seen it at all. Just a one-on-one setting at the very least. I can't think of any group.
Because when both these guys started, they were heel. So of course we didn't see a match between them.
Yeah, I can't even see. I don't recall a segment where the two of them were involved on opposing forces as part of groups where they actually got into it with each other directly. So I'm kind of interested. This will be interesting because
it's going to be new, and that's okay with me.
Yeah, and Sheamus has been hit or miss throughout his career about chemistry with people, but he's gotten better as he's gone. He's gotten more consistently good. Del Rio's still kind of hit or miss. So, we'll see. This could be fun.
At the very least, Ricardo Rodriguez will be part of that match.
Oh, he has to be. Maybe Santino will be in Sheamus' corner.
Yes, I approve.
And we close the show with Alberto Del Rio celebrating on the stage, but Sheamus comes out of nowhere with a running devil sledge to the back of Del Rio, which, if you don't know what that is, think double axe handle off the top rope except running from behind. Because that's such a terribly different move, they have to give it a completely different name. But whatever. And Sheamus stands over Del Rio and tells him that he cannot wait to kick his head off at No Way Out. So right there, I'm even more excited. Talk about a good way to have your face look strong like a dick and still be a good guy.
And that's WWE for this week.
Yeah.
It was all right.
It was much better than TNA this week, that's for sure.
Well, at least.
Well, that's a given.
Well, here's my thing. Where WWE was good this week, it was good. Where WWE sucked this week, it was like pain. And not the good kind of pain. Not the pain that makes me go, ooh. It was the bad kind of pain. TNA, it was so bad, it was kind of fun to be able to make fun of it again.
Yep.
It's like, thank God they picked a direction and went with it instead of staying in the middle. So, anyway, that's pretty much it for us.
Yeah, it's time to play our segment, What Gets More Screen Time Than John Morrison?
No, we're not playing that anymore.
Or are we doing the...
We're not doing that. No, fuck John
Morrison. You know what gets more screen time than John Morrison? Our new segment, It's All HBK's Fault.
And this game is pretty much the same as Jay Lethal, John Morrison, whoever you want to talk about, except we take a segment from the show that we shows, and we talk about how it's all HBK's fault. We had to go through it.
I'll start. Plot holes are all HBK's fault.
Mega Fighter's bathroom sound effects are all HBK's fault.
Those weren't sound effects. Ryback being referenced twice in the same show is all HBK's fault.
Damien Sandow's pink shorts are all HBK's fault.
You take that back. Those shorts are awesome.
Oh, but they're endorsed by HBK. So.
Kelly's ring rope running. It's all HBK's fault. Is that it? No one else is going to get a double whammy in there?
Me not knowing that my noise canceling.
We already referenced that. Stop talking about you peeing. Please.
Okay, fine.
I'd like to be able to get to sleep tonight. I think that's it for all of us here at DarkMatch. Before we go, we have a little spiel we like to go through. Backlash, if you please.
Do I got to do it every damn time?
You got the fucking thing right in front of you.
Oh, come on. Like, it's that hard to memorize. Fuck,
yeah,
I've memorized it by now.
All right, fine, do it.
Don't forget to subscribe to us on TV or YouTube. Okay, that's it. I'm your Fox from Backlash. Good night.